The camera lady is showing me what she's got in her mouth, which is a sweet of some sort. Anyway, I don't. But today we're going to do. I've got some roast chicken going on here, right? But it will be later on. And I got a roast chicken recipe. The recipe really is for the gravy, not for a roast. I think everybody can make a roast chicken, but you'll see on the pop-out banner here the chicken recipe. But today we're going to do potato gratin. It's something to go with this, okay? I'm going to have carrots as well, but today we're going to do the gratin. Now, what you need, everybody's got this in their cupboards, must have one in their cupboards. You got a large onion, a couple of, now you could do it with all potatoes, like 4 potatoes, this is for 4 people, all potatoes, but I haven't got any more of these big potatoes. I've only got red ones, they're no good, well, they're all right, but. So we're going to make it half and half. We're going to make ordinary potato and sweet potato. You need a bit of cream. Now, that one is full, that's 20 cl in there. And this one is half full about, so 60 cl something. You need a little bit of milk, about the same. And you need some peppers. And you need an oven-proof dish like that, whatever. And you need a board and a sharp knife. Now get a big knife so you can cut through these slices, or better still, one of these mandolins. That's it, thank you. I was going to say mandarin there for a minute, but that's an orange. So what we'll do is I'll peel all this stuff and I'll come back. Hello, we're back. Right, I've done these things. There's 2 sweet potatoes there peeled, and 2 ordinary baking potatoes. You know, the ones for chips or baking in the oven. A large onion. So now going back to this thing here, this mandolin, you're not with these little homemade jobbies. They're not going to be able to slice that. So you've got to do it with a knife. Now, if you're going to use one of these things, it's not a job for a teenager, a child, or a senior citizen, because it's dangerous. That blade there is razor sharp and it'll cut you badly. So what I suggest you do, if you're worried about it, buy one of these gloves. They're cut resistant gloves. They got on their favourite online stores everywhere. They're not expensive, they're cheap, and they come with various cut resistance, so use one of them. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go in half and half. So we're going to slice this potato. What we're going to do here, we're going to stick it. I won't bother to show you how that works, because I'll do that in a minute. Right, what we're going to do, finally, right, it's just empty, there's nothing in it, right? If you catch your finger in there, you're in big trouble, so do not. You don't want to do this after a glass of wine either. So now we put this on, this stops your finger getting chinged. Chinged, yeah, chinged. That means it stops it getting cut. So what we're going to do now as well, fast forward this bit as well, we're going to cut this sweet potato as finely as we can. You know, you can't use it on here because this is not manly enough. So you've got to do it by hand, unfortunately. So nice thin slices. Try and keep them in a little bit of a round shape if you can. Now, of course, if you've got a super duper food processor, you can whip that out and get this done in seconds. But I think, you know, if you're going to use the food processor for other things as well, then it's a good idea. But just making this for 4 people is, you know, this size serving is not really worth it, because you've got to clean the machine afterwards, and by the time you've done all that business, put it away and all that, you've done this by hand. So right, with this sweet potato thing, they're really immensely hard. They're much harder than an ordinary potato. So don't wrestle with it, because if a knife slips and everything, you know, it's a palaver. So just cut it in half like that, and then you can slice away like that, because that gives you stability on the board. And if you hold it like that, it's rocking around the shop all the time. So you don't bother to do it. Give it some flatness before you start attacking it with the knife to cut it into slices.
Be a great dish for Thanksgiving, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with the roast chicken and everything, you can have what you like with it. You can't, you know, chips or whatever with it. But you know, if you're fed up with roast potatoes, boiled potatoes, mashed potatoes, then this is something else. As I say, you don't have to use sweet potato. I just haven't got any more potatoes, simple as that. So you have to do what you got, you cook what we got. Right, onion. So again, I mean that mandarin thing, that's alright, but it's better off things like courgettes. Now I've got a courgette recipe which I'll leave in the little pop-up banner at the top there, so you can have a look at it. That's something to do with courgettes. There's no point buying vegetables that are out of season, they're expensive, you know. Buy what's in season and do something with it. Have a look around the supermarket, see what they've got on special, and buy a load, and then make something with it. That's the best way. You don't want to buy things like asparagus when it's out of season. It costs you an arm and a leg. Right, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Look, there we are. That's the kind of thing we got. Now, what we're going to do is try and just gently mix this a little bit. Now we're going to put some garlic in there. You can use a frozen garlic like this. Look, like that. So you just need a handful like that. Not too much. It's not a garlic gratin. It's a potato gratin. A little bit of flavour there. Now you're going to want some cream. That's the empty one, so I'll pour that one in. What we're going to try and do is get the cream to go into the mixture as much as possible. Right, this is a full one, so that's 20 plus half of that, so that's 30 cls, okay, in total. 30
for 4 people.
For 4 people, yeah. Cream's a bit.
That's because it was in a cold, isn't it? When it gets cold, it gets like that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. So we're going to give it a little massage, like that, and yeah, cream hasn't gone off.
No, it's not.
It's because it's got cold and I had to puff it out. Right, so now what we're going to do is get a little bit of splash of milk, because that cream is not enough just to keep. There's a lot of water in there, in the potato and the sweet potato, but it's going to go a little bit. Now how much more milk am I putting on? About the same amount as that, right? So, now you can't see nothing down there. Just look at this, look. And same as about 20 cl or 30 cl, something like that. Now you don't want to put swimming in cream. Just so it comes up like that, look. See? Like that. We put a little bit more in, it doesn't matter. There we are. Okay, so next we're going to go in with some peppers. Now, frozen peppers are most convenient, aren't they? You can buy a big bag like this, and for not very much. And we're going to put this on the top, just like that. How many? Well, just to cover the top, really, just a thin layer to cover the top.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
What if you don't put peppers? Will it still be okay?
Yeah, you can put. Well, you can put, yeah, of course it will be. It would be fine, but look at the colour and look at the colour of that. You take that to the table, people will go, oh crikey, what's that? That looks good. So yeah, if the meal that you're having is simple, you know, then make the vegetables a bit more special. If the meat you're having is sophisticated, then make the vegetables simple.
You could also have this as a vegetarian main, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. And the meat eaters, they could actually, what they could do is make, I might do this later on, another video, I don't know really, but what the meat eaters could do is leave off the peppers, well they could put the peppers on, but you could put bacon, lardons, you know, what do you call it? Pancetta, speck, you know, put that in there and cook it with it, because then, oh that's good. You can't go wrong, can you? Bacon, potato, cream, you know. But it's not one of those recipes, because we'll have it with chicken today. Right, onward with this, we're going to put some black pepper on the top. Like that. Plenty of black pepper. Right, and now it hasn't got any salt in it at the moment, so we're going to go in with some salt. Like that. Now this is going to go in, it's going to go in the oven I'm going to cover it with some foil, and it's going to go in the oven for an hour and a half on 180. An hour and a half on 180, but check it after 1 hour, okay, and we'll come back and I'll show you what it's like.